You might wonder why we've gathered you here today.
Why we've gathered these all
Maybe
here.
you wanna know why we've gathered
These
all
here
of this today. Who doesn't like cutting clothes up when you're in quarantine? I mean, I think I do. I haven't tried it yet, but we're going to today.
Yeah, so like
we're not in quarantine. We're just socially isolating.
Since we're socially isolating and we're not like going out to buy clothes, we thought we would freshen up our old clothes. So it'll feel like we have new clothes.
Yeah, so I have a few shirts that I want to crop. Let me show you. I found this shirt at a thrift store. Hits me like at the perfect area right where my belt is. What is this, the top of my hips? I'm going to be using this as a template for some of my band shirts because I bought mediums and they're mediums for dudes and they're so long. Remember this shirt from my try-on video? Yep, I'm gonna cut that up and we're gonna see how it goes. I also have this like paper bag waist skirt with the buttons all the way down. This skirt goes down mid-calf and I want to make it a little bit shorter. I'm gonna paint on these shoes and I'm gonna make a video about that on my second channel. Actually on my first channel. My Lily Does Art channel, so check that out. There'll be a link at the end.
And for me, there was like nothing specific I wanted to do with any of these clothing, but I'm getting rid of them anyway, so I thought, well, this I wasn't planning on getting rid of, but I was thinking about cropping this one, I guess. Yeah, so this is just like the cardigan thing is like super in style right now, wearing cardigans, and this one's just like too long. I think it's actually a pajama shirt from Victoria's Secret, but yeah, I want to crop it. Kind of cute. Band tee that I want to crop, probably just below the lettering on there. I don't. This one I decided to get rid of in my clothing haul, but I don't know. I might crop it. This, I don't know if this is gonna work out. Like a sewing kind of project, which I don't sew. Cropping it and turning it into a shirt, because I think that could be really cute with a little tie and stuff on it and buttons. These pants are a little bit too big, but they're just so impossible. And I was thinking about putting a drawstring in them, because that's another look for the springtime is drawstring pants. One tentatively turn into a shirt. I don't know, we'll see. And this one is one of the coolest things I've ever found in a thrift store. Don't know who these people are, but I like how creepy and fun. So I was thinking about cropping this one. And last but not least, I have these leggings. I have like 2 pair of these leggings because my mom got a bunch of them on clearance. And she gave us each like 2 or 3 pairs. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to turn them into bike shorts. We'll see what happens. This jacket I've had for a while, been through a lot with me. It just doesn't quite fit me right anymore. But I was thinking I've always wanted to like try painting or something. Like I want to try embroidering and stuff, jean jackets. Like I love that look. So maybe just a test run on that one. These pants, I wore too much to work and I got a hole in the knee, so I can't wear them to work anymore, so I was thinking about putting paint on them. These pants are at the verge of dying anyway, so I was thinking about trying like the new Bermuda short, kind of like jean biker short look on them and see how that turns out. Yeah. So let's get to the chopping. So basically with this sweater, I had an idea of how short I wanted it. I just kind of thought about it for a while. At one point I laid on top of it just to make sure I was gonna measure it to where I wanted it to hit me. I decided to cut it right above the second bottom from the top. And yeah, then I tried it on, made sure it hit me where I liked, and that was it. I didn't hem it, I just left a raw hem. I didn't hem any of this because I can't sew.
When Emily first told me about this one, I was really skeptical, but I actually really like how it turned out. I think it looks super cute. The length that she chose is perfect. Alright, so for my first t-shirt crop, again, I wanted to try to use my existing cropped shirt as a template to get like a similar length on my other shirts. You know, looking back on it, I think I could have cropped them a little bit more, and I might do that. But this was a good starting point. I cut my Young the Giant shirt here, following that other shirt. I was kind of concerned about the back on this shirt because it has a pretty long kind of design. But, you know, cropping it did not go into the design, so I'm happy with how it turned out.
First of all, look at this posing. So synchronized, she didn't even try to do that. Second of all, I think the shirt looks awesome. I think that she should crop it a little bit more, but love it. Okay, so for these ones, I wanted to add a drawstring into the pants because they're a little bit big around the waist, and I like that fashion trend that's going on right now. So I did have this really cheap pair of drawstring pants I got at Ross that are falling apart, so I ripped the drawstring out of those ones. Then I decided where I wanted to put the holes to
to insert the drawstring. This one took me a really long time because I had to try to figure out the best way to insert the drawstring and get it to go all the way around, and it was really frustrating, but Lily told me that she saw somebody use a crochet hook once, so I tried that. Yeah, this is the finished product. So Emily's pants, I definitely think if they fit on her better, that is total plus. I don't think I quite understand drawstring pants trend, but you know what? I think it's great, and I think she looks like Kim Possible, and I think it's awesome. For these ones, because I was turning them into bike shorts, I decided to use an existing pair of bike shorts I have as a template. But I think these bike shorts go up a little bit too high. I want them to be a little bit longer. Tried to use the scissors as a ruler, and then I just kind of did it anyway. I don't know, these ones, honestly, I would say that they did not come out the best. I'm hoping that they'll maybe like roll up a little bit more because the bottoms look pretty jaggedy, but whatever, in the end it doesn't really matter. We have so many of these leggings, so I think turning some into some bike shorts was a very good idea. They look super cozy, and that horse shirt is amazing. Pretty much the same thing for this shirt, just using the same shirt as a guide. And yeah, pretty much the same thing. I don't know, I might try to add some little holes into this shirt or something. Maybe later, some distressing or something. But I was too scared to do that this time. To crop it, I tried folding it over to get a nice even line, and the scissors I were using were extremely dull, so it didn't even really help it at all. But, you know, I think would be a good investment is one of those rolly blade cutty things that I see like seamstresses use all the time. Maybe we'll try getting one of those. So yeah, same thing about this one. I think it was a very successful crop, but I think it could be a little bit shorter. So for the first few shirts, we used a pair of craft scissors and realized that that was not the best choice. And so we took our sister Sarah's fabric scissors, and these worked much nicer. I did do this shirt in 2 different parts because I didn't like the crop the first time. I didn't think it was short enough. So I cropped it again, and I did accidentally kind of cut it at an angle, but I didn't mind. I think it looked fine. I think that this shirt, I was so scared for her to cut it up because it's so cool, but I think that the length and just kind of how it's boxy, I think it looks so much better now that it's cropped. This one, again, just another really basic crop. I kind of wanted to go for right below the lettering, which I did, and I think it turned out pretty neat. Probably one of my I know it was really simple, but honestly, I think it was one of my favorites. Again, another successful crop. I think that this one being cropped right below the lettering is perfect. This shirt is definitely the most complex DIY upcycle thing I did this time. I cropped it pretty short, and then I cut some like tassels. What are they? What fringe?
Fringe.
I cut like a fringe into it. Kind of like how people would do at like camps. You know, they'd take their camp shirt and then they would cut fringe in the bottom and do a little, like tie little knots in them. So I tied those little knots, and then I tied the little fringes together kind of in a macrame technique. And I think I like how this one turned out quite a bit. It is definitely the most interesting out of my shirts. Oh, I also added a stitch in the top shoulder to make like the straps a little bit skinnier. I think the wide strap just looked a little bit weird. So this one I think turned out super cute. I love it. I love the length. I love the little ties. It looks so summery and tropical and cute. So for this dress, I decided to try to go for like a peplum kind of top look. First, I trimmed the lace on it, trying to follow a particular line. I wasn't successful the whole time. I do want to trim it up a little bit better. And then I cut the inner layer a little bit shorter. But I think in the end it looked pretty cute. I thought that this dress was actually super cute before too. I think it looks great as a shirt as well. But Emily mentioned that she just doesn't wear dresses too often, so I think that it's a big plus. So I did this one also in 2 different crops. This one I tried a different thing, like I tried folding the bottom over and then cutting it. I don't know. I honestly don't know the best method for cropping. Yeah, I didn't cut it short enough the first time, so I recropped it again. And yeah, I think the length was perfect on this one, and I think it turned out way cuter. It looked a little less frumpy on me.
me after.
This shirt too, I think that the length of this shirt looks so flattering on Emily, and I really like how I think it like accentuates the back a little bit. This shirt just looks so much better now. For this skirt, I wanted it to be the same length as this brown skirt that I already have, and so I used it as a template, and I followed the curve of this skirt, just going at the same length. Yeah, I haven't hemmed it quite yet, but I'm going to bust out a sewing machine and learn how to do that. Yeah, I like the length on this skirt much better. I think it's more flattering. I know like mid-calf skirts are in style, but for my body type, I think a little bit shorter of a skirt just looks better.
I think this one is super cute. I think that's the perfect length on Lily, and when she learns how to sew a hem, it'll look perfect. Yeah, so for these ones took me quite a while with all the distressing. I basically used the pair of bike shorts I made earlier as a template this time, and cut these ones a little bit longer since they're denim. I kind of wanted them to be more like Bermuda shorts, I guess. Then I took a pair of tweezers and went around the edges after I cut them to try to distress them. Honestly, if you just throw them in the wash a couple times, I think that the ends will fray up pretty nicely by themselves. So I think these are gonna look better after I wash them a couple times. Yeah, other than that, I just add some distressing to the pockets. I added a little hole in the side. I might do more later on, but I think they turned out fairly well.
Here's Emily's before and after of these shorts, and I think that they definitely look like, we were saying they kind of look like Bermuda shorts, and that's pretty much what they are. But yeah, nice.
So for this one, after I tried it on, I did realize it was way too short to try to turn into a romper, which was kind of my first idea for it. Kind of played with some ideas and decided to just crop it pretty long and just tuck it into like a pair of pants or a skirt or something. So yeah, that's what I did, and I think it turned out pretty cute in the end.
I think this was the most successful DIY we did. I think it's super cute, I think it looks super flattering, and I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching our video. We did a couple more DIYs with some painting. If you want to check those out, go ahead and go over to my Lily Does Art channel. We did 3 different DIYs inspired by different artists, and we think it turned out pretty cool. So go ahead and check that out. I'll have a link at the end of the video, and thanks for watching. Click the subscription button, and have a good day.